Hello and welcome back to Berserker. The only thing we can hope for right here is literally just to maintain as many units as we possibly can. And bear in mind that I do have 38 wounded people in my army at the moment, and that is obviously making a big difference in the combat strength analysis or evaluation that the game is making before we go into this fight. Now obviously this is a really big pinnacle for us. If we can win this battle, we're going to have a lot of control over this territory, and generally we're going to have a much easier time of dealing with the opponent as well, because they're going to have a lot less freedom to do whatever they want, you know, because at the moment they're running around with some very large armies and they're, well, having a lot of freedom to do whatever they want. So generally, if we can do this, it's going to really pin them down so much more, and it's going to be extremely effective for us, or at least I can only hope that that is the case. Anyway, a lot of people are being murdered right now. I mean, technically we're not actually losing anyone just yet, but they are taking a lot of damage. A lot of punishment is being dealt right here by the enemy's horse archers. And bear in mind, it seems like the enemy is being really audacious. Look at these guys. Okay, come on guys, can you start throwing it? There we go. Now they're starting to throw their javelins and so on and so forth. I mean, it's been a while, hasn't it? They really do need to get in there, don't they? Because if they don't get in there, then we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose really fast indeed. Anyway, let's hope that I'm gonna be able to do some damage in itself. Oh, there we go. Get that guy dead. There we go. Nice. Maybe we can also stay alive for the majority of this fight. I'm not planning on actually staying alive through the whole fight, because I think that that's kind of unrealistic, especially for me, but I will try my best. I will try my best. But generally, what usually will happen is I will literally just die from some kind of rank? No, some kind of lance that is going to happen. And or get shot in the face by a thrown weapon, or get hit by one of these guys. These guys are pretty harsh, and they do a lot of damage. Thankfully, because of the way that I've positioned my units in this little forest here, that is making a big difference in the whole positioning of our reinforcements as well. Because I don't know whether you noticed, but the reinforcements that are coming in are actually coming in from the side over there. And that means that any possible units that want to join the battle on the enemy side, they're having to meet our reinforcements at the same time. And that's obviously giving us a massive advantage, because I am willing to bet that my units are generally going to be stronger than the enemies in a one-on-one situation. So if you take 50 of my units, for example, and you pit them up against 50 of the enemy's units, I'm willing to bet that 50 of my units will beat the opponent. So that has really made a huge difference in our overall survival rate. And I think that is actually happening a lot here, as you can quite clearly tell. Look at the combat strength at the top of the screen. I didn't even realize. Wow, I did not even realize that that was the case, but there you go. We ended up losing 14 units only. One of the vassals actually ended up dying, which is great. That is always what we want to see. And we're just going to be taking the rest of them prisoner, as you do. You know, as we like to do. And I'll take all the rest as well. And then we'll just take as many prisoners as I can get my hands on, because we're probably going to be placing those in the nearby garrison to try and increase the amount of units that we can recruit over time. And we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, let's just take as much loot as I can get my hands on, and then we'll donate the rest to our troops. Although the troops that I've just gained are probably the majority that are going to be receiving this experience. It's not going to be my own custom units, as far as I can tell. What? Why is there so much? Yeah, this is roguery skill for you, isn't it? That is huge roguery skill right there, just making all the difference in the world. Anyway, I'm thinking we'll go over to Rhesos Castle right now. I think Epicrotia is going to get a decent amount of units anyway. As you can see, there's more garrison units, or should we say garrison recruits, walking along the road there. So I'm thinking that this one is probably going to be the one that we really want to deal with. So let's have a look at the garrison. Yeah, as you can quite clearly tell, they're not doing so well here in terms of their population. So I'm thinking we're probably going to put the prisoners that I have in here. Let's just put as many as I can possibly fit, with the exception of the vassals, of course. I would like to sell the vassals if at all possible. Bear in mind that I obviously have to keep an eye on my roguery skill as well, because I don't want to be in a situation where I basically just forget about roguery skill. I would much rather level up roguery than recruit units for a particular garrison after the fact. Obviously, we have to make sure that all of this stuff is as secure as possible, basically. But after it's secure, then we'll obviously, you know, make the utmost effort to level up our roguery the last couple of points, because we still... What? Nearson was what? Are you serious? Nearson was literally taken prisoner? Didn't he have 120 of one of the of some of the best units possible? I have no idea. Anyway, yeah, we're not that far away from getting to 275, so I would like to be able to continue leveling my roguery skill, but of course, we do need to make sure that our territory is secure as much as we possibly can. Anyway, let's go over to Varagos Castle. I assume that that is Justina's army over there. And Justina, as we quite clearly know, has an extremely large army. Oh, never mind. It's just Toriados. Oh, you are making a huge error, sir. This is a really, really bad idea for him to do this. Alright, I know I have a bunch of Sturgian units, but I'm kind of a little bit in a... bit of a tight spot here, so I'm thinking I'm going to have to go in, and we're going to have to help out Varagos Castle. As you can see by the combat strength, though, it seems as though... Oh, this is indeed Justina's army, but it seems like the leader of the army has changed. Maybe because she ran out of influence points, or generally their cohesion just degraded way too much for them to be able to sustain the army and its presence in enemy territory. And that's exactly what we like. We love that kind of news. So, let's see if we can do a similar thing. It's a relatively similar map set, and I think this is actually the same. I think this is basically the same thing, but we started over there beforehand, and now we're starting on the opposite side. So, that's pretty good for me. I don't really mind that too much. And we're gonna see if we can maybe take Diathma after this, or at the very least, I mean, I was hopeful that I'd be able to call Nearson to potentially help us after this, but he seems to be in a situation where he's just like, oh yes, you know what, I will get myself taken prisoner yet again. And that is exactly what he has done, which I gotta say is, well, not exactly great. Yeah, not exactly great. I would love him to just not do that. It would be very nice. Oh, hello there, you're trying to murder me. How dare you? Okay, yeah, these guys are all trying to murder me really, really heavily, and as you can see, I actually almost did die, which is not exactly great. Let's put my infantry into a loose formation while I still can. Let's try not to... Yes. Let's try not to die, I was about to say, but apparently I so completely suck that I decided that I would just die. Yes, fantastic. Okay, could I please get... Yes, Noble Super Bear. Fantastic. These guys look good. Let's see if I can get a couple of kills. Not a big fan of using a two-handed sword nowadays. I actually much prefer using an axe, hilariously enough. Because I did say that when I was first creating the axe that I don't really like axes. But now I like axes quite a bit more, which is quite amusing to me. But there you go. We're doing a lot of damage with this thing anyway, so I guess that's pretty nice. And there we go. Okay, so I went on a really big killing spree right there, and I gotta say, I was actually throwing a huge amount of caution to the wind at that point. I was thinking to myself, hey, you know what? If I'm gonna go down, I might as well take down, I don't know how many units with me. So I decided, yeah, let's just go for it. And that seemed to work out really, really nicely. Anyway, we're just gonna speed things up for the remainder of the battle here. And then we'll see what happens. There we go. That was an easy victory right there. Not too bad. We did end up losing 31. Alright. Yeah, I mean, we can't really do much about that. Sometimes you're just going to have to take the losses. But we were able to prevent one of our castles from being captured, which of course is one of the biggest victories we can have. Especially eliminating an army that is as large as this. Basically eliminating any kind of army this size of the enemies is a good victory in my opinion. So that's exactly what we're doing. Anyway, we're just going to take as many of these things as I can get my hands on, and then we're going to change the value so that I can just take the most expensive pieces of armor. And then as soon as it turns to white down at the bottom there, we will be exiting and moving on. I'm going to have a huge amount of loot to sell and everything. Crazy. And we have a lot of prisoners as well, and I'm thinking we're probably going to be placing those in Saniopa's garrison or something along those lines. I mean, Saniopa, look at this. Saniopa has 325. Has 325 there. That's actually crazy. Okay, so I suppose Varagos Castle is going to be the place that we want to put that. That we want to put those prisoners. Or at least we're going to put a couple there, and I'm going to sell the rest. Because I kind of want to, I don't know, I kind of want to, you know, as I said, I want to try and, you know, focus a little bit more on my, yeah, I'm gonna enable vanilla training right now. But yeah, I want to focus a little bit more on leveling my roguery skill. So that's what I'm going to try and do now. Anyway, let's go to Saniopa, sell my prisoners, and maybe sell a couple of guys as well. Well, couple of pieces of loot, that is. And how many can I sell? 57,000. I actually thought I would be selling a lot more than that, but okay. I'm not displeased by that one bit. I think that's pretty nice. All right, we're going to take the rest here. Going to take a bunch of food, and I'm going to sell a bunch of grain as well because I don't really like having so much grain on me. And we're going to see if I need to top up the kingdom management here a little bit. As you can see, the loyalty is still absolutely terrible. And this is indeed an empire town, isn't it? So, oh, hello there. Look at that. There is an empire companion straight away. That's actually fantastic. So, let's do that. There we go. And what kind of people... Okay, I literally just have one party at the moment because the rest of them are, you know, taken prisoner or something along those lines. I'm not entirely sure what the rest of them are doing. Rhesos Castle has been besieged by the Northern Empire once again, but I don't actually think this guy has anything on us. I think he... Oh, wow, he actually has a rather large army. Okay. Well, that's good to know, isn't it? That's actually fantastic. How irritating of him, hey? How irritating. Okay, well, we did reach 225 in roguery, so let's see what we can do. Your kicks stun your opponents for 50% longer. That's pretty good, in my opinion. Otherwise, 20% decrease in sell price penalty for weapons. Probably going to be taking that because maybe additional money could be coming in quite handy. Unfortunately, it looks as though Rhesos Castle is going to get taken back. Don't think I can really do much about that. Yeah, as you can quite clearly tell. So we're just going to have to go back to Epicrotia and just take a load off, basically. Just sit down a little bit, have a little bit of a rest, get my units back on their feet, and recruit some more. In the meantime, I don't know whether you've noticed, but I am pretty low on the amount of units I have in my army at the moment, which is definitely something we need to rectify as fast as possible. So let me just level these guys up, and then we'll place a bunch of these fellows, not the bear soldiers, thank you very much, but everyone else, in the garrison here. Oh yeah, these Sturgian... Yeah, okay. I'm actually doing this a little bit incorrectly, but what I want to do is I want to keep the cavalry, the Sturgian cavalry, because we don't really have any cavalry right now. And we're also going to take that bear cub out of there as well, and there we have it. Okay, that should be pretty good. Okay, so Epicrotia has 194 units in the garrison, which is not too bad. Not the best. I would definitely be looking to get more than that. And Merentios is also here. Hello there. Yes. We can do battle. We can do battle with you. Thank you very much. Nice little auto-resolve to eliminate him very, very quickly. And then I should be able to move on. Oh, there's actually a lot of experience for us to potentially gain here. So I'm just going to do the thing that we normally do. And there we go. Just going to take some of the more expensive pieces of loot. And now I'm going to see how many units they actually left in the garrison. I'm going to assume it's not many. No, it is a very small amount indeed. And we're probably going to have to... Yes. Hello there. They were very close by. I'm actually kind of surprised that they were... Very surprised that they were that close by. Oh well. Okay. Well, this is kind of bad. Yep. This is kind of bad. Can't really do much about this now, unfortunately. And I think we're done. I think that is it. This is my army done. I don't think I can do anything about this, unfortunately. I think I have a decent amount in intelligence right now, so I'm actually going to level 1 point in control right here. Even though I never really used thrown weapons anyway. And, well, I'm kind of resigning myself to the fact that I am probably going to lose this. Which is sad. But let's see. Let's see what happens. I think we've regenerated ourselves quite well. Not me specifically, at least. Not Bruce. His HP is pretty awful at the moment, which is kind of sad, because I think that if he was full HP, we might have a pretty good shot at dealing a lot of damage here, but as we are at about 60% or so HP, we're going to die quite early on in this fight. And that's really not something that you really want, especially when you're outnumbered so dramatically, but oh well, never mind. I mean, I can't really do much about it now, can I? Alright, let's see what we can do. They have 300 and we have 100 on the field, just so you know. So we're outnumbered 3-1, basically 3-1. And that's not good. No. That is not good at all. So, yeah. I have a bad feeling about this, especially considering a lot of these units actually do have swords, which is really, really hard for me to deal with. Gonna tell my forces to charge in so that they can eliminate as many cavalry units as they possibly want to and can. And we're also going to move in here, try and do some damage. Nice. Oh, did you see that? Destroy that guy's shield in one hit. That was really nice. Love seeing that. What? Did you see that? Why did they spawn on me? Did you see that? They literally spawned... we're not in their spawn area, are we? I don't think so. Surely we're not in their spawn area. Oh, I got knocked down. Okay. But I get back up again, and nothing's gonna keep me down. Maybe. Oh, no. Okay. We're gonna have to consolidate ourselves. We're gonna have to consolidate. How many times can you say that fast? Not really that fast. But yeah. I think we're pretty much done. There isn't really much more I can do here, unfortunately. Yeah, there you go. That is indeed a victory for them, I'm pretty sure, at least. There doesn't seem to be much that I can do. Noble Super Bear, I will take over while we still have the opportunity to do so. Yeah, there we go. Nice little slash right there. Did not kill anyone, unfortunately. I mean, technically, I feel like we have the possibility to win this. I think we could possibly win this, but it is just a case of the enemy having so many cavalry that they are doing so much damage. They are doing so much damage to us as a result of that. Really making everything very, very difficult for me. And I don't know what happened, but did you see that when I said what very loudly? And I was literally thinking to myself, why are they spawning on us? Did you see that? Surely we're not in their reinforcement area. I don't think we traveled that far. But apparently we are? I'm not entirely sure. Very weird. Very weird indeed. Look at this. They're spawning right on us. Is that a bug? I have no idea. Because for me, I think my reinforcement zone is basically just round about the corner. Round the corner over there. And it seems like theirs is right on top of us for some reason. Don't know why that would be the case. Are we actually going to win? Are we actually going to win this, though? That is the question here. I'm running right in here. I'm slashing at them. I'm distracting the archers. I'm instilling fear in them for being afraid of the berserkers that are coming at them right now. The noble super bears. And we might actually... Are we going to achieve victory? If we achieve victory here, I will be the most shocked person in the world. At least for the first 2 seconds. No. Don't die. Don't die, sir. Oh, no. Cavalry. Oh, no. I'm gonna get shot. I'm gonna get shot. There are so many archers. There are so many archers. Oh, that is really bad. That is really, really bad. Can I find any more noble super bears to take over? Yes, I can. Thank you. Okay. I'm glad that some are still alive. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Maybe I'm going to be able to continue distracting the enemy archers. Where are they, though? I don't see any. Oh, we are so heavy in this armor. We really are super heavy in this armor. I mean, to be fair, they are noble units, so obviously they should be a little bit more hard to kill than, you know, a little bit more survivable than the standard units. Okay, come on, guys. Could you actually just charge at the enemy archers? Because from my reckoning, I think they're on the run, basically. I think they're on the run. I'm going to tell everyone to charge right now, and I'm going to see if I can maybe do some damage here. I'm going to try and use the enemy archers and their friends as a bit of a screen here. Yes, nice. Nice kill, nice kill. Nice kill. Come on now. Yeah, I can't do much, you see. I can't do much in that kind of situation. That is just very, very difficult to close the gap, especially when you are the only one in that area. And as you can see, most of my forces are not even closing the gap right now. They really should have just charged in like I told them to do, but they are a little bit slow on the uptake by the looks of things, so it is making things a little bit more difficult than it has to be. I think we probably could have won this if they had just charged when I told them to. But I guess they are using their thrown weapons and everything along the way, and that is, of course, delaying their advance towards the opponent's position. So that's obviously making a big difference there. I know a lot of people, you see, this is exactly why I say in those instances where people see me charge archers and stuff like that, and they say, why are you charging your archers? They're just going to run into melee. Yeah, they will eventually, but if your units are far enough away from the enemy, they're going to continue using their bows up until they get to the opponent. And if the opponent enters their melee range, then of course that's when they're going to use the melee weapons. But they're not just going to switch to melee and then charge at the opponent, because that's exactly what happened here. We still had some units with thrown weapons, and they still decided to use them some of the time. And that, indeed, actually ended up being a bit of a hindrance to us, which is pretty funny in itself. Anyway, there we are. Nice kill by one of our Sturgian hardened brigands, and we actually achieved victory, if you can believe that. I have no idea how we were able to do that, but look at it. We literally had 32 units remaining, and we killed 700 units almost. Wow. Wow, that is a significant victory on our part, and I'm going to be attempting to take every single one of these guys prisoner. And I'm actually wondering whether we should just keep them prisoner for the moment. It might actually make sense for us to do that, because I don't really want to let them go so easily, if you know what I mean. I think that's kind of, well, not the best idea. Alright. We're moving really slowly right now, because of course we are. Oh, hello. You really want to fight, do you? Are you serious? You absolute scoundrel. You absolute scoundrel. Alright, I'm going to have to do something about this, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to get rid of a bunch of units, which is really not something I want to do. I mean, who wants to get rid of really, really good units, right? Well, I'm going to have to do that if we want to escape this situation, because we are just so dramatically over-encumbered by the amount of prisoners that we have that I am moving very, very slowly indeed. I am still moving slowly? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Oh, you... Okay, you know what? I actually cannot... I'm gonna have to watch the battle with RTS camera, because my own person cannot actually do anything. So I also cannot take over anyone, as you can see right here. So I'm going to have to allow my forces to do their thing. And yeah, actually, can I do something right here? You can give orders by pressing middle mouse button on enemy formation. Okay, let's do it. Where's the enemy formation? Right here? Like this? That doesn't help me. That doesn't help me in the least. I have no idea how this thing works. It's really, really confusing to me. I'm not entirely sure why, but yeah, it is. Player formation? Well, it's infantry, I guess. Oh, select a character? Really? Can I do that? No. No, no, I can't. Obviously, it's watch mode, so there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. I have full confidence in my forces where where this is concerned. I'm pretty sure they will be able to win this. But I'm pressing middle mouse button right now, and it is not allowing me to give orders in any way. Can I? Oh, wait a minute. I can actually give orders. Oh, there you go. I can literally just give orders straight away from using the same menu. I had no idea that's what you could do. That's actually kind of fantastic. I like that. Alright, so we're just going to allow our forces just to do their own thing. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to tell them to hold fire. Because I want them to switch from their thrown weapons and just go straight on in with their melee weapons. I think that's probably the best thing that they can do. Because these guys are going to literally just cleave apart the opponents so dramatically that there's really nothing the enemy can do about it. And I think we should have a... Are we going to lose if I tell them to do that? No, I don't think so. I think they are going to win. Right? Yeah. Yeah, they are. Okay, I was a bit worried there for a second. I thought to myself, oh yes, wait a minute. Did I just make a grievous error? Yes, it might have been. It might have been a grievous error. But anyway, I'm going to tell them to now fire at will. If they want to use their thrown weapons, then of course they are free to do so, because there are a lot of the enemy are actually running right now, and we're just going to tell them to go zoom zoom, and there you go. That is indeed a victory for us. Fantastic. Phew. Very, very lucky that we have RTS camera installed right now, because otherwise I would have had to auto-resolve that, and that would have been a surefire defeat. At least I think it would have been a defeat. So there you go. That is really, really nice. Now I can move on to Epicrotia, and I am moving the slowest I possibly can, because of course we are. Fantastic, isn't it? Anyway, I am just extremely pleased that we were even able to survive up until this point. I think that's actually amazing. Anyway, we're going to sell all those prisoners, and if they want to come back and they want to fight us, then they are welcome to do so. And otherwise, we're just going to sell all of this, and wow, that's way too much. So sell all of the armor only. Yes, that sounds pretty good to me. and then we'll just get a bunch of the more deluxe food and drink, and then we'll move on from there. Alright, so it seems like to me I'm going to have to rest up a little bit, but we've done so much damage to the Northern Empire right now that their combat strength has diminished significantly. I know, it doesn't seem like a lot. They still have 4,300, but just think about this. I think they had like 5,600 or something like that beforehand. So this is a really big deal, and I am very happy about how things have gone so far. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.